See him a beast when he hear that sound like yeah, beat on the beat when he hear that sound like woo. Yeah, bitch on the champ only need one round like yeah, me, I'm a G-Ring.
Coming off of a huge round 2 knockout TKO victory at Cage Fury 116, the one and only Eric Nighttime Nolan. Eric, my man, holiday season, big knockout, huge win. How you feeling?
I feel good, man. I feel good. I'm on top of the world right now.
Was that your, it's like, for lack of better words, your favorite victory of your career?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was just like the crowd, I had a lot of people there. I feel like every time I fight, I get more and more people to come, but it's just like all of it put together, and like my camp was, oh my God, like I had a car accident, and then I got sick as hell like 3 weeks before the fight. So it was a rough camp, and I was just grinding through it, struggling. I had finals for school the week of my fight. I literally took a final and then went to weigh-ins. So it was just all of it. I was just like, I was like, I have to win. I was like, there's no way.
Well, you won and in pretty impressive fashion too. And you mentioned that you had finals. So I was at the fight, like front row or close to front row with my dad. I brought my dad. It was his first ever live fight. And I'm like, yo, this guy, he's in college. My dad was like, what? Kid's in college? So I'm just going to real quick do my little fan spiel real quick of the fight because one, off the record, even though we're on the record, was fucking awesome, dude. That was such a great time, man. The crowd was bumping. You hit him with everything. You hit the spinning back elbow, man. Oh my God. It was just such a great fight, man. From what you remember, I'm sure your adrenaline was at its highest. Can you kind of walk me through that fight?
So going into the fight, like obviously, I was supposed to fight this other kid, and then something happened, and then oops.
You're good.
So Derek Age was like the only other guy that, like, it was like on a week and a half notice, and I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna fight. And I sold all these tickets, I was freaking out. And then Derek took the fight, and I was like, dude, thank God. And I didn't even really, I was like, dude, whoever. I was like, just get me to fight. Like, that's it. I just need a fight. Don't care. And then I studied him, and I was like, his record's not the best.
Sure.
But then I was looking at the people he's fought, and I'm like, he's fought some pretty good dudes. And his last win was against a really good grappler. So I was going into the fight like, I might have trouble taking this kid down. Like, and ever since he switched gyms, he's been on a 4-fight winning streak. Like, he hasn't lost. And a couple people reached out to me, and they're like, dude, this kid's not anything to sleep on, bro. Like, don't look at his record. And I never do. So then I felt him in the first round, and I was like, wow, this kid's actually really strong.
It was a close first round.
Yeah. And then at Dante, the gym I train at, Dante's, obviously, we are notorious for like cage grappling, like working against the cage. We have probably the best cage defense and cage offense, I think, in all of MMA, like as collectively as a team. Like, you'll see all of our guys, we are comfortable against the cage. So then I was like, this guy's doing like good cage defense shit. And at that point, I'm getting tired. I'm like, all right, like, I got to switch it up. And I like, because I'm not destroying him against the cage and on the ground. Like, it's going back and forth. And I was like, I'm not losing another decision. I was like, I'm not losing it all in general, but I was like, I'm not going to lose because I couldn't take this kid down. So I had to get creative. He kept tripling up on his jab, doubling up on his jabs. It's like, okay, like, and he wasn't really threatening me with his cross. And then there was one point where I kind of angled him towards the cage, and I was like, oh, dude, spinning back elbows there. And I thought about it. I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm just going to send it. Cracked him with it. His mouthpiece came out. I thought the ref was going to stop it there.
Oh, he went down.
Yeah. And the ref didn't stop it. And then he kind of like sucked me back into like I was trying to push off of him and stuff, but he was holding on. And then, at one point we finally broke away, and I was just letting my hands go at that point. I saw it. I saw that he was trying to. I head kicked him, hit him with a left hook, and he was smiling. And I was like, I know,
Yeah.
I know, I just hurt you. And then he tried. He tried to go throw another jab or something. I just framed off of it, and just sent it right, and I just I saw him really hurt, and I was like, it's done. I'm sorry. I didn't even know there was 5 seconds left.
Yeah.
I thought there was another 2 minutes or something like that. So
Yeah, dude, the way you went in there and went for the kill was very impressive, and it did not look like somebody who's still in college and 3-1. It looked like some Conor McGregor shit. So that was awesome, dude. Probably the most exciting fight of the whole night. I mean, certainly the loudest the arena got when you jumped that fence, ran up to all your boys, stormed the crowd. Not even trying to plug myself here, but the video of that is on my Instagram and Twitter. And it's awesome. It's also all over UFC Fight Pass. But what was going through your head? Why did you jump the cage? What made you do that?
all right. So this is funny, and you gotta interview my teammate after this one day, Matt Caracappa.
He also got the dub on the card. Yeah.
Yep. And he was like, dude, if I get a TKO or something like that, I'm jumping the cage. I don't care. And I was like, okay. And he won, and he jumped the cage. And I was like, I bet you I'd make it farther than you. Like, I told him that before the fight. I was like, I bet you I'm going to make it farther than you. So he jumped the cage, and they stopped him immediately, and they caught him. But it was still pretty cool. And I was like, well, shit. Like, I actually have to jump the cage now. So after I won, I jumped the cage, and then I just, like, locked eyes with, like, my boys. And I was just like, and they're going crazy, and I just ran up to them. And then I don't know if you saw, I busted my ass. So
yeah, you
bad.
did bust your ass. Yeah.
Oh my god! But everybody was like, dude, it was so like, who cares? Like, that was so cool. We don't give a shit.
It was
Like,
epic, man. And
yeah.
I didn't see you bust your ass until literally last night when I rewatched the fight. I saw you fall, and I didn't even notice. I was watching my friend, and she was like, "Wait, did he just fall?" I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, he busted his ass." That was really funny. But that's not on the video I got. So
You see me like in the on CFFC's like on Fight Pass. You see in my head, you see it just running, and then you just see it disappear.
there's like a barricade, and it just goes boop. But hey, man, that was a hell of a moment. That was some Rocky Balboa shit. That was awesome. I was very blessed to be there and be a part of that. You already said that was your best career moment, 100%. I mean, what was your favorite part of that, I guess? Was it the finish itself? Was it the crowd reaction? Or is it just the entire night in general at Hard Rock Casino?
Dude, honestly, it was really after the fact. The knockout was great. The crowd reaction was great. But it was it was the messages I got after. So, like, I don't know if you heard my post-fight interview, how I do it for all the military, all the Marines out there, because I was in their shoes once, and I know how rough it is, especially now. So I got a lot of messages from those guys, and I make it a point every single time to answer every single one of them I see. They're like, dude, it's so inspiring. Like, you're actually out here doing this, showing everybody that it's not just being in the Marines and then you're done. Like, you could go out and do something like what you're doing after. And it doesn't even need to be in MMA. Like, there's Marines that I inspire to go out there and, chase their dream job, whatever it may be. That, I think, is the most rewarding part of it. I expect to win. I expect to go out there and entertain. I said it in another interview. I was like, winning and losing, like losses are going to happen, but obviously I want to be an undefeated fighter, but that can't happen anymore. But a main part of it is going out there and entertaining. Like, people want to come and see me fight, and I want to be that fighter. I want to be the fighter that people come and they're like, genuinely, like, they are there for me and they want me to win, and that's what I'm building right now. And I think that win last night really sparked that.
Oh yeah, dude, 100%. You entertained, guaranteed. 3-1 as a professional fighter now. In short, what's next? Is there anybody you'd like to fight? I assume you're eyeing up that Cage Fury belt soon.
To be honest, like, it's holiday season. I haven't.
Sure.
I'm not thinking too far ahead of it. I like to let everything calm down and then make a decision. There's nobody in particular that I need to call out or anything like that. I'm still on the regional scene. I'll probably be on the regional scene a couple more fights, and I do not have a problem with that. As much as I'd like to get into the UFC like right away, like I'm not going to rush it. I'm very young in the game. I'm only 25. I just turned 25 a couple months ago, so like I'm super young, and the last thing I want to do is jump into something I'm not ready for. Right now, I'm just perfecting my craft, getting better every day. Each time I fight, I just see. I can't really see it, but my friends and family and my coaches, they're like, "Dude, you get better every single fight." Like, and that's a hard thing to do. Go out there and progress every single time. Even in my loss to Ty Miller, like people are like, "Dude, like, yeah, you lost by split decision, but you were in there. Like, it was a close fight, and you're boxing a boxer. Like, so it's all about just getting better every time, and then everything else will fall into place."
Yeah.
So,
And like, dude, as you said, so young, so much time ahead of you. I know the UFC is your ultimate goal. It's not even worth asking you, like, when's that going to happen? Because it doesn't necessarily matter. All that matters is you stay on that winning path that you're on, you keep entertaining, and it'll fall in line itself. I guess I will ask you anyways, though. Do you have like a timeline or an age you'd like to be fighting at that level by?
uh, the answer is as soon as possible. But like
Right.
I said, I trust my coaches. I trust my team. Um, that's a decision it's made for them. Obviously, if opportunities come across the table, uh, I'm going to take them. But at the same time, I have to take a piece of some humble pie and let them do their job, and I trust them. You know, our team's a family. Our coaches are like parents to us, and they're going to put me in the right. They're going to put me on the right path.
So I only got a few questions left for you here, Eric, but you got the big dub. Teammate Matt Caracappa got the big dub. New Jersey fighter Mark Gray got the big dub. But otherwise, it was kind of a rough night for the Philly, New Jersey MMA fighters on the card. Ian Austin lost a tough one. Eddie Torres lost the main event. Frank Wells really lost a tough fight. And then your teammate, Jerry Leshy, super tough pro debut loss. I mean, between the cut he had and just a very grinding 15-minute fight. How's Jerry been holding up? Have you talked to him since the fight? Is he back in the gym yet?
Yeah, no, I mean Jerry needs to take some time to recover a little bit, but I talked to him. I called him the night after my fight, and I was like, listen, man, I was like, you're my teammate, you're my brother, but like I'm gonna tell you this man to man, like you got it, dude. Like you're so young. He just turned like 21, 22.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, and that's the hard, like, in my opinion, that's any other person in his division weight class right now, he smokes. Um, and I literally put my house on it. Like he smokes. I know he's a tough kid, and I know what it feels like to lose, especially in AC in your home field. Like it's awful. There's no feeling like it. And I remember telling him a while ago, I was like, dude, there's nothing. I was like, I don't want any of you guys to feel what I just went through.
Sure.
And I don't agree with 30-27 at all.
No.
But what are you gonna do? I know he's gonna get back in there, and he's gonna be in the UFC without a doubt.
Yeah, I talked to Jerry very briefly after the fight. Obviously, anybody after a fight is down on themselves. He was, but he also said something that stuck out to me, and he said, "I'm gonna get better." And I think for him to say that 5 minutes after a very tough loss in his debut as a 22-year-old kid shows a lot of maturity, shows a lot of grace. So as you said, he'll be back there cracking skulls very soon.
It's funny. Like our gym, all of everybody on the team, we all have our own like personality. Like we all have our own thing. For me, it was the Marines and the military. For Jerry, is wrestling. For Luke, it's college wrestling. Like we all have our own thing, but at the same time, we're all the same person. Like we're all hungry. Young is like very important. Like we're all
Very
so
young crew. Yeah.
very young team, and that's what's going to make us so dangerous. I feel like we all love each other. We all got each other's backs, and I think we're the tightest team in the whole entire world, to be honest. So I think you're going to see a lot of good things from Dante Rivera BJJ in the future.
I agree, man. It's one of my favorite gyms in the area. I can't wait to actually make the trip in there one day with my camera and just say what's up to everybody. So you mentioned the lead up to this fight. Again, name dropping, Dante Rivera over in New Jersey is where you train. But the lead up to this fight was a little bit rough, you said. Can you go a little bit more into that?
Yeah, so like as soon as I got the fight, like a week or two later, I got into a car accident. Some kid hit me. And I wasn't shaken up or anything. Like I wasn't hurt. I was still training that night like a psychopath. But I lost my car. I was mad as I was. It was a car I bought while I was in the Marines. So, I had like an attachment to that thing. It was a Dodge Charger RT. Had to specify that. Beautiful car. Freaking love the thing. And some kid cracks it. And the car market today. It's awful.
Terrible.
So I had to go get a new car. And that process took a whole month. So I'm in a rental for like a whole month. And then I returned the rental and they're like, you damaged the vehicle. So they're trying to put another claim in on me. I was like, I didn't damage the vehicle. That's a whole nother thing. So I was stressed out. I was mad at the world. I was like, my life can't get any worse. I finally got a new car and then I got sick as a dog and like bad sick. Like I don't really get sick a lot, but I was like in my bed for 4 days straight. Like I was,
if it was
wasn't
COVID or no?
No, it wasn't COVID because I got COVID tested, obviously, but I was jacked up. And then, going into the fight, I had stuffy nose. I could barely breathe out of my nose, so I was pissed about that. And there was just nothing I could do. It was painful. And then finals, I took like one of the hardest classes you have to take as a senior.
Which one?
It's your senior research project. And it was just hours of work. Like it's just that boring, like just repetitive, like work. Like, there's no skipping it or bullshitting it.
Yeah.
And then I had finals the week of my weigh-ins. So I'm trying to cut weight. I got to sit in class and take finals and study and just like, dude, it was rough.
That's a nightmare for nighttime, man. I like that little pun I just did. Is that your last bit of finals? You done with school now?
No, I got another year.
What's your major? Why are you? Oh, you were in the Marines. That's why you started late.
Yes. And I'm going to school for Homeland Security.
Oh, that's awesome. Good stuff, man. Well, what would you rather do? UFC fight or Homeland Security?
UFC fight.
That's
all I really like. It sucks because I'm very good at what I like. Like I was a very good Marine, and I have a lot of pride in my work. And then doing the Homeland Security thing, like it's a lot. Like but it's stuff I'm already familiar with.
Yeah.
So I kind of get away with a little more in college because I just know a little more.
Right.
But professors ask me all the time, they're like, because they know I fight. Like it's a small school. Monmouth is a small school. That's what I also really love about it. Like there was a bunch of college kids at that fight watching. Like small school, so they know I kind of fight, and they're like, dude, like, are you gonna get out and get an internship and like work, or are you gonna do this? And I'm just like, I don't know. Don't ask me that right now.
Well, listen, from somebody, I'm not a fighter, right? But I did try to transition in this MMA media thing. I'm 25 years old too, 2 years out of college. I went to college for a film degree with some commercial stuff so I can do video production, right? That's like my safe backup plan, so to speak. In the meantime, 25 years old, I'm going to chase this MMA media dream. You chase that fighter dream, bro. Chase it until it doesn't work out. If it doesn't work out, and then be Homeland Security.
And without a doubt, like I tell, and that's another thing. Like I try to lead by example. A lot of Marines, they get out and they're just like, they don't even go to college. They just take the first job that is available. But I try to tell them, I'm like, dude, you're still young. Like you're still young. Young is like, I think like I even think like early 30s is still young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe not as young to start an MMA career, maybe not, but still young to go out and, climb that ladder in any other thing. But, I'm all about chasing dreams. I've preached it and I'm practicing it. So,
Well, yeah, and you really put your military discipline and skills to use in another field, and I think it's great that you're inspiring others to do the same thing in that regard. Eric, last question I have for you before I want to hand the mic over to you. You just got done finals. You just got a new car. You just got out of being sick, got the big dub. It's the holidays. What do you got going on, dude? Anything fun? Any plans in your life?
dude, I'm about to make a 8-hour drive down to North Carolina to see my mom. So, but I've been hanging out with my friends. Like, I'm done with class. I've just been chilling. Like,
Yeah.
so life is good. I'm very blessed. I'm happy with my performance. I'm happy about all the support I got, and it's after the new year. It's time to put my head down again and just keep chasing those dreams, keep grinding, keep working hard.
So before I give the mic to you, I just want to ask you, because I forgot to ask you about this. You probably didn't notice because you were in the octagon, but your opponent's, I don't know if it was his wife or his girlfriend or one of his family members. So she was the only fan of his in the entire arena. Okay. Did you hear her? Because she was as loud as all of your fans combined. I was like, yo, hats off to her.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I heard I'm very I can recognize voices and stuff. Like, I hear Dante. He's the only one I really like. Dante and Ash are the only two I really focus on. So everybody else I do hear, in between rounds or walking
Sure.
out. I hear them, but I didn't hear it. But you know what? He was a really nice dude. Really respectable opponent, and he took the fight on a week and a half notice. Like I said it at the fight, it's not a lot of people will do that.
Mm-mm. In enemy territory too. So yeah, man, respect to what's his name? I deleted his name off my screen because I got on his question. Name drop him.
Derek Age Day.
Derek Age, you the man, brother. Thank you for taking that fight on short notice. And your girl, she's the MVP. She got a lot of voice in her. So I brought her up because obviously, Eric, you have a lot of fans, a lot of eyes on you. Your wins all over UFC Fight Pass, and now you even have a hater in her. So anything you'd like to say to everybody, the mic is yours.
All I would like to say is the support is second to none. I said it in one of my Instagram posts. I'm taking this as high as I could go. If I crash and burn, so be it. But it's the support, it's the messages, it's the little things that you guys do, and actually showing up to the fight is it makes me feel comfortable in the cage, and it makes me know that people genuinely want to see me go far in this. I want to thank my coaches, Ash and Dante, and Carl Roberson for helping me out during that camp. Without them, without my teammates, this wouldn't be possible. We're building something special at Dante Rivera's, that's for sure. And we're all saying it, but we're all going out there and we're proving it too. There's one thing to just say we're the best team, but we're going to be the best team.
Love it, man. And I can fully attest, Dante Rivera, no freaking joke over there. But Eric, my man, thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas. Get your butt down to North Carolina safely. I think the roads are going to be kind of booty the next couple of days. And most importantly, everybody, go follow Eric Nolan. I'll link all of his stuff below. Go look up his finish on UFC Fight Pass or YouTube. It's there. And do not miss what is coming next. Eric Nighttime Nolan, thank you so much, brother. Kick ass. And like I said, have a great holiday season.
You too, man. Thank you.
Of course, bro.